I think he plays this with octaves, not just power chords. And I do that by picking, holding my pick like this and using the middle finger. Oh yeah, you can always go. Does that really make a difference whether you play it like this or, again, like I emphasized in the last video. Did I emphasize this in the last video? Play however the hell you want to play it. Anyway, so that's the first riff. And I'm playing this like if I was only one guitar player in the band kind of thing, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to play the background stuff. I'm just going to go straight into the solos whenever the solos appear. So lucky for us, the first riff goes straight into a solo, so we play it all together. And here, straight into riff number 2. Now, if the riff sounds a little off, it's because it's in 5/4. To get the full breakdown, go to the Sound of Death official YouTube channel, and I will talk about that a little more in depth. Oh, and the tabs. You get the full tabs there as well. So the first riff, or the second riff rather, simple enough. Then it goes into the third riff. Now this riff is tricky. I have tried to find the right notes. The tabs say one thing, but when I hear it, it's like a completely different thing, right? So I'll play this 2 different ways. The first way that I play it is kind of like the tabs. And the second way I play it, because this is how I hear it, but it's probably not like this, just my imagination. That little, and it's probably because Death does that all the time in all types of songs. So now it's probably more like, but every once in a while just add the. So the next riff, which is technically not a riff at all, it's a little lead. It goes like this. Now that's the way I play it. Ooh, did you hear that? Now, I don't know about the little tail end. The tabs that I find, and when I see people play it, like when I see people attempt that part, they usually do something like this. But I don't think that's correct. The last note is correct, and I think Chuck does it there as well. I had that slide just to give it, just change it up a little bit for my sake. But the first part is correct. And the second part, I think he does this. Something like that. So it's close. It's close. Help me out if you can figure that one out. Okay, here comes the... What riff is this? Man, I gotta stop counting the riffs. You'll see it. You'll see it. Whatever riff this is the next one. It's a pretty cool riff. It's reminiscent of the... That's a badass riff. It grooves. So you got that riff right there. And repeats. And then immediately cut the volume and then hit this note right here. You want to increase the volume there gradually. Now the way that I've always played this, and it's wrong, but I've always played it like this. So random elements to that. That's incorrect, however. Now what I see his fingers doing is something more like this. He goes... So... something like that. But I still just rather play it my old way. Something like that. And then it goes immediately to... And then this part, I do like a hybrid. I do what's going on in the background and the little lead section. So it's something like this. Something along those lines. The tab, I believe, is correct. So again, use this as a guide. But I think you'll be in the right place. So finally, we get to the good part. And this is Shannon's solo. And it starts off like this. And it sounds like there's random harmonics in the first section. No, not that many, but you know, just listen to it. They're here and there kind of thing. Something like that. Now here, I'm doing the harmony. It's probably more like, and the lead guitar, the harmony guitar. That sounds cool together. Why not play them at the same time? And this little section here, I think it's correct. Isn't perfect, but I think it's correct. Something like that. It's kind of weird. It's like an 11th note. I don't know how to call it. 11 tuplets? I don't know how to say it, but it could be that. It could be 10. It could be 12. I don't know. But it sounds to me like that. Just pretend I did that perfectly, okay? And then immediately after the... I think that's correct. And then the next part. I think he might be using like the whammy or something, but... And then he goes away. And then Chuck comes in. Now here, I'm adding the harmony. And I'm sure he just goes... But with the harmony in mind. The next part. Which kind of alludes to... More on that later. So after that little section... It's like a random element to this part right here. And then another random element. That's not the way he plays it. But, you know, for me, that section is like hit or miss. But I know it's in this ballpark. So, and then the next section goes like this. And this is where the earlier picking I did really matters. Does it really matter? You could go like pick it however you want to, but I think it sounds pretty cool if you just sounds a little bit smoother, and then you know, the typical death ending. With all these death songs, with pretty much everything Chuck does, I think we all kind of develop our style. I've seen many guitar players who play death and do their solos, do it, you know, the harmonic minor or whatever you want to call it. Do it their own way. So don't be afraid to do that as well. So after the solo, you got a few more things left. When does it come in? Oh, there it is. And then back to the... And that's that. That is the end. Let me break it down a little bit more, though. So this section is kind of self-explanatory. Now the timing is tricky. When you play with the album, you do have to count. I count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now what he does here is something more like... And the other guitar is harmonizing, but we can play them together. This section here. And here, I'm adding my own, I call them like the superpower chords, or maybe that's just what they're called, which is just a power chord, and then you adding the extra note underneath it. Now here, I think he goes. But I like to add the extra drama.
The end. Take another look at the.
You get the point. Thank you. That concludes this episode. If you enjoyed what you watched, you know what to do. You know where to go to get a deeper breakdown. Thank you for this little moment of your time. I appreciate you. You have a terrible day.